All right, let's get ready to dive into what's trending, what's triggering, and what actually matters. If it's buzzing in your feed or stirring on the streets, it's on the hot list. I'm Justin Brown, and joining me in the hot seat is someone who knows how narratives are built, broken, and spun before most of us even hit share. Julie Carlson, community organizer, PR mastermind, and the person that you want to call when the conversation needs to move from chaos to clarity. Julie, welcome.
Wow, Justin, what an intro. Thank you.
That's just like we rehearsed, right?
Yeah, 100%.
I'm just kidding. No, we're really excited to have you here on the hot list today.
I'm happy to be back. This is all official with the mic and the headphones.
Yeah, well, for everybody watching this, when we started this as a segment on our noon show, Julie you might have been even on one of the first hot lists.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
my guest was. I had a guest on.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
you were on some of them too. So I'm excited to have you as a guest today. There's a lot to get into.
A lot.
Yeah, so let's just let's dive right in. First, this is the biggest story in the nation right now, and probably in some other countries too. Rob Reiner, the tragic murder of Rob Reiner. Him and his wife apparently stabbed to death. And they think the son might have done it. He was booked and charged. What was your reaction when you found out?
I actually found out Sunday morning. A friend of mine who lives in LA called and she said, "Hey, did you hear?" And I said, "I didn't." And I've just been following it because he's such an important part of pop culture. And it's just tragic how his and his wife's lives ended.
Oh, yeah.
Especially at the hand of a child. Like no one saw that coming.
No, and I mean, his daughter apparently found him.
That's what I heard.
And so there's 2 kids from that marriage, and then I believe he adopted a daughter when he was married to Penny Marshall. So there are some grown adult children who are not only going to be without their parents on Christmas, they also lost a brother.
Right.
And it's really sad. I mean, to put his perspective in to put into perspective the impact that he's had. I think I have a list some here but I know I know them.
Harry Met Sally, Princess Bride.
Yeah. Didn't he direct
can't
Big?
Handle the truth. Yeah, he's iconic.
Yeah, he Spinal Tap, A Few Good Men, Misery. So from when Harry Met Sally to Misery with Kathy Bates. That's
well-rounded.
Well-rounded, dynamic. And of course, a lot of our viewers might recognize him or know him, as Meathead.
Meathead, All in the Family.
From All in the Family. He just seemed like a really good guy.
Yeah, solid guy. And I mean, to be married to Penny Marshall, to have made so many movies. I know I watched footage. Billy Crystal's been walking into the house. He just has so many people who are affected by this.
Yeah, well, look, there's a lot of negative information coming out and flooding our feeds. I want to share a positive story about Rob Reiner that I saw. Jerry Seinfeld revealed that Rob Reiner, get this, saved Seinfeld
Really?
from cancellation. Yeah.
Could you imagine life without Seinfeld?
Yeah, apparently. So Seinfeld, we know, it ran for 9 seasons from 1989 to 1998, produced by Larry David. That Larry David was at his house, too. That's probably why Larry David was there. Okay, I'm connecting the dots now. But, yeah, anyways, where's the story of what happened? He saw, apparently he fought at the network to save the show at one point. I mean, he didn't have to do that. He wasn't invested in that show. Yeah, I mean, I love when, you hear about someone and just these little pockets of things come out about them, about their character and who they were. That's something that, that's an iconic story that just wasn't told.
And it's a little sad that they come out after the fact. So many really great people, we know about them, but after they pass, they kind of become more well-known and we learn all the really great things,
yeah,
which is just sad.
I was surprised he was 78 years old because
Yeah.
he looked and acted like he was like a man in his 50s. He had so much energy. And I mean, his father, Carl Reiner, who created the Dick Van Dyke Show, I believe he created Laugh-In
really?
as well. I think he was affiliated with that somehow. I believe so. But his father, a legend. It's a really sad story, and tributes continue to pour in, and the story isn't going to die anytime soon. What's your favorite Rob Reiner movie?
Harry Met Sally, 100%. Yeah. We actually had to do a report in college about the difference between how men and women communicate based on When Harry Met Sally.
You had to do a report on that?
Yeah.
Did you dive into the diner scene?
Oh, yeah. And
That-
the whole can men and women be friends thing. I think they can.
Yeah, I think they can be. I think today they can be friends. I think
It was a little different back then.
I think social norms have changed. I mean, when people were getting married outside of high school, and when people
Or
were getting
right
married,
out of college.
yeah, it might have been looked at a little bit differently. But when you think about it, you hear about people, when you hear stories, it seems like men and women have always been friends. I don't think it's been displayed in media. I think that's part of the problem. I think men and women have always been friends. Some people can, some people can't be. But yeah, so we'll continue following that story. Tragic news. There's another heavy story that's getting some attention.
Oh boy.
Some Denver assault victims are suing dating apps. We have the report. We'll dive into that story and then we'll react.
Okay.
Video from court last year shows former Denver cardiologist Stephen Matthews. A judge sentenced him to 158 years in prison. A jury convicted him of drugging and sexually assaulting women he met on dating apps. Now those apps, Hinge, Tinder, and their parent company Match Group Inc., are named in a 54-page lawsuit as defendants, with 6 Jane Does from the Denver area filing against them.
We have a very specific example of a man that Hinge and Tinder knew was dangerous and was drugging and raping women throughout Denver. And rather than prioritizing the safety of their users, they continue to recommend this guy to innocent victims.
Pages of text recount the women's experiences on one of the apps. Like here, it states Hinge recommended a 33-year-old woman member to Matthews, and the two had a first date on September 28, 2020. After drinking just one beverage, she later woke up naked on his floor. A rape exam at a Denver hospital confirmed she'd been vaginally penetrated while incapacitated. The woman immediately reported the incident to Hinge the next day. Hinge Trust and Safety confirmed receiving her report of sexual assault. Then, 3 months later, Hinge again recommended Dr. Matthews to the same woman. It says she sent another message to Hinge. The woman attached a link to his profile. The lawsuit states 30 minutes later, a representative responded and said they permanently banned him, but the lawsuit claims they didn't.
He would be banned, but then he would just recreate the same profile using the same images, same name, same profession.
Match Group sent us a statement saying in part, safety is foundational to the trust our users place in us and is critical to the success of our business, which is why we have a comprehensive suite of safety tools in place and continue to invest heavily in this area. We are committed to strengthening our safety efforts, building innovative new technology, and working closely with industry partners to help protect our users.
All right, Julie, your reaction first.
I think I'm surprised it hasn't happened sooner. I've heard these stories over and over again about predators being online and the app's not really doing anything about it. And what we're hearing is he's been reported. He comes back on. They just recreate. He's not even creating alter personas. Like he's recreating same photo, same name, and taking advantage of more and more women. It's devastating.
This is a great example of why context matters beyond a headline. Because I have to admit, when I first saw the headline, I'm like, oh come on, that's like going to a bar and some guy assaults you after going home with him and you sue the bar. Like at first glance, it's like, how can the dating apps be responsible? But then you see the context of the story and the fact that he was recreating. Again, not different pictures, the same pictures. And with AI and technology today, we should have the technology to do that.
To be able to track names or something.
Look, names can be a little tricky. This is something that, I'm interested to see how this develops, and I'm interested to see how this is disputed in court.
Yeah.
Because I think that the details of this could really set a precedent for how dating apps operate. Because look, the same name, my name is Justin Brown, very, very common.
True.
So that might be difficult to necessarily track, but the same image.
Right. Photo recognition. We've gotten so far with that.
Yeah. If that is true, what they are claiming, that it was the same image, then I think that what these girls are doing is, will hopefully, save some lives and save people from terrible situations.
Didn't
but
it say 25 women have already come forward against the same man? Like, that's substantial. And that's
was it
just in
25?
Denver. I think so.
I'm not sure if that's the number I heard,
Oh.
but still multiple, regardless of how many. But yeah, I'm curious to see how this ends up in court because I don't know if there are any terms or and conditions that you have to sign on to. Nobody's reading the terms and conditions on an app. I mean, it's in a font that like you couldn't even read.
There's gazillion
if
pages.
you wanted to, and you're just scrolling. If you're signing up for an app, you're just clicking yes and getting on. I mean, I don't know if they. It might be difficult to prove that they are at fault for this. It might be difficult, even though I think it's just going to be hard to prove in court that they are responsible. But I do hope that changes are made.
I think something needs to be called to
happened.
attention. I mean, you hear all the stories, the Tinder swindler, rom-com, like men, it's not just men, I'm sure, but are being predatory on these sites and taking advantage of women. I'm glad that
And let's not attach a gender to it, although that could possibly be the majority. That's what we're hearing about now in this story. But look, if it's the same picture, with the technology that we have today, we should have been able to notice that.
Right.
I'm curious to see what their argument against it will be. But I hope no matter what happens, I hope that a call to action is made. I hope that they do better because that is how a lot of people meet people. And they should be able to feel safe and not worry if someone is a reported predator when they go on. That's a problem.
right.
All right, well, let's go to a lighter note finally. Influencers. You think of TikTokers, you think of, young kids, Gen Z, maybe millennials, but they're not the only ones jumping in on this influencer action. There's a new group of silver influencers out there. Let's take a look.
Hey, good morning. It's Sue in Palm Beach.
76-year-old Subel Robbins managed to crack an industry dominated by Gen Z.
Brooks Brothers shirt, scarf, Hermes.
It started with this viral video when a much younger influencer asked a Palm Beach resident what she was wearing.
Two young girls said, we want to help you. We think you can be a star.
Silver influencers are gaining followers nationwide. One TikTok account called Retirement House features a cast of comedic actors in their 60s and 70s. Others are cooking up recipes and offering advice from dad. All part of a trend racking up views on social media, says marketing strategist Meredith Jacobson.
People who are older consumers on TikTok can see themselves reflected and they can feel inspired.
The growth in clicks is also breaking down some barriers.
People have different passions and their passions exist, whether they're 18 years old or 65 years old.
How often do you get recognized now on the street?
I was in New York on Saturday and I had 18 people say, we love you, Subel.
Robbins has more than 600,000 followers across TikTok and Instagram and landed a spot on a new reality show.
What is the secret?
I'm told I'm authentic. So, just be yourself.
She also says it's about building a brand. Hers is based on fashion and lifestyle.
Turn around.
She even graded what I was wearing.
Working it. You're working it. You're like an 85.
Subel says the real key is positivity.
I want to tell people that it's going to be okay, that you're enough, and enjoy your life and smile.
A message for all ages. Christian Benavides, CBS News, Palm Beach, Florida.
All right, Julie, your reaction.
I am for this. I think it is time for the silver influencers to be here. I love it.
Go on more. Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Because it's a demographic that's left out of all these cutting edge, hip, trending options. Why
Well, no,
shouldn't
they're
they have a
not.
voice?
No, they're not. They're out there.
They were. Excuse me. But
Okay.
I actually follow the retirement center folks. They're fun. I just think the energy, and I think people just unassumingly decide that once you hit a certain age, you're boring. But as you saw, they're characters out there. They deserve to have a voice.
I say why not? I mean, these Gen Z influencers right now,
Right.
they're going to be 60, 70 one day. They'll probably still be making TikToks. They'll probably have like 42,000 videos posted by then or something. But yeah, why not? And also, I mean, if that's how you can make money, I mean, look at it this way. A lot of people can't retire.
Right.
Or if they do retire, and then picture someone who's relying on Social Security and they're getting like no money and they're struggling to pay for their medications that they didn't have to pay for before. They are, struggling to just, as costs are up, they might have prepared for years for retirement. I think this is a good option. Just share your story. Do a little TikTok dance. It'll keep your blood flowing. Why not? I'm all for it. Maybe that's when I'll peak as an influencer. Maybe I'll be like professional, and then like, when I turn like 65.
You can tell the stories. You can be like Justin before.
Yeah. I don't know. I think, I mean, I think that there's an age like in between where it's not funny. Like it's, you see a little old lady, like she curses, it's endearing.
Right.
So it's like, it's entertaining to watch someone, just be a little promiscuous, active, and yeah, I'm all for it. Silver influencers, we need more of them.
Yes, definitely.
All right, let's talk about this. A lot of people are going to be traveling during the holiday season.
Yes, it's here.
Let's talk about the traveler seat swap debate. So there's a woman, and this happens all the time, but for some reason, this one's going viral. A mother asked someone to change seats so that she could, their family could sit together on a plane, and the person didn't want to. Are they wrong?
I don't think so. I read the story, and this woman is an adult. She's a mother. She booked 2 tickets. She knew what she was doing.
But when you book the flight, don't you know what seats you have already?
That's what I'm saying. So if she booked a window and an aisle or whatever the case was, she knew what the seats were. So I think it is. Oh no, I think she booked a seat in the back for her child.
Well, I'll speak to this as someone who's single and doesn't have my own family. Like, I fly solo often when I'm going to visit family for the holidays, or I'm going to visit friends. I'm not always with someone when I'm traveling. And I do think that there's this expectation, like, oh, you're just alone. You can just sit wherever. And like, it is nice, if you can do that. But if they're sitting somewhere that you don't want to sit, I don't think you should be obligated to do that, because you paid
for your
hundreds
seat.
of dollars, probably, maybe even over $1,000, depending on where you're going for your seat. I mean, if it's like a 4-year-old child that's going to be far away from their mother, maybe that might be the right thing to do. But I don't think you're obligated. No. I think you're obligated to know where you're going to sit before you get on that plane.
I've been asked to move, and if the case is something easy, like it's the same seat just in a different row, I'm happy to do that. But I'm not going to go to a middle seat if I paid for a window seat.
But also, if you don't want to move, you shouldn't have to. I mean, the fact that the story is even gaining traction,
it's kind of silly.
I
think it happens. I listened to a podcast, and that's what one of the women she talks about all the time is the seat. It's a thing. It's a hot topic. So
it's a hot topic. So we got into some hot topics. Let's do Julie. So something that's new from when this was a segment is we end the show by giving a hot take.
Yeah.
You want to go first?
I'll go first.
All right.
I really was trying to think of like how to keep it topical. And since we were talking about the holidays, my hot take is white elephant gifts far surpass regular gifts. I don't
better?
know. Yeah.
All right, go in. Explain.
So the reason I say this is, have you ever seen some of these white elephant gifts? They're amazing. No one knows who bought them. No one knows why they bought them. No one needs these things. It's just humorous. I don't know. Maybe it's my humor, but one time I saw this huge lobster. You pick the package because it's big, and then you open it, it's just this random lobster. Like, who needs the lobster? I mean, it's better than getting a pair of socks from grandma.
I know. I could use some socks, but the lobster sock. How about lobster socks?
I would be into it. Is that a regular gift or a white elephant gift?
Well, let's say a white elephant gift, because then it'll be better.
Okay.
I guess some people out there might agree with you. Some people might not agree. So that's
my
your
take.
hot take. All right. Good hot take.
Thanks.
It's my turn. All right. So in the news, Meghan and Harry are getting, again, another Netflix project. This one's called Wedding Date. And everyone online is like, why won't Netflix just let these people disappear? But here's my hot take. Netflix knows exactly what it's doing. This is dinner for schmucks with royal accents. If you haven't seen the movie Dinner for Schmucks, it's a great movie where rich guys invite the most painfully unaware people to dinner just to watch them talk. I personally don't believe Netflix believes in Harry and Meghan. I think Netflix is laughing at them. You think Netflix execs are sitting around like, wow, Meghan really found herself making pear syrup on camera? No, they're popping champagne like, guys, they agreed to another one. Because here's the genius idea. Meghan and Harry, they have no idea when to stop, okay? And Netflix is like, no, don't interrupt the performance. Their new project is reportedly a comedy-style project called Wedding Date. Wedding Date, yeah, which sounds like a fake movie playing on a TV inside another movie. Like, even the title is tired.
I actually think that is
These
a movie.
two, hold on. My hot take. These two walked away from literal royalty and said, what if we became content? Not artists, not storytellers, content. Harry's whole arc is, I hate attention, please. Don't watch me. I mean, wait, watch me explain for 8 episodes. Meghan's is, I want privacy, but first, here's my truth. Again, in HD. And the craziest part, they think they're in on the joke. They're not. They are the joke. Somewhere at Netflix headquarters, there's an exec who hasn't paid for lunch in years because every meeting ends with, guys, Harry pitched another idea. So yes, keep the Netflix deals coming because every time Meghan and Harry don't go away, the rest of us feel better about our choices, our egos, our self-awareness. They're not royals. They're not rebels. And in my humble little hot take, they're Netflix's favorite inside joke. That's my hot take.
I'm on board. I agree with all of it.
Think about it. Why are they giving them another project? Did you watch Meghan Markle's show with Love?
No, I couldn't.
Okay.
I can't. But I hear people who do. It's like a love-hate. There's a spectrum. I don't know what viewership looks like, but
Like
I
they
think,
hate watch it?
Yeah, a lot of hate watching. I can't do it, but
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I
do
think
you
they're
watch it?
No, I think they're insufferable and they have no self-awareness. They're just
I did watch their first documentary, and
Oh yeah. I watched the first documentary. It was a letdown.
Yeah.
I think I don't know that we don't have enough time to get into all the opinions of that hot mess royal family. But I do think that the fact that they're just giving them more content and more content, I really think that there's just a really strong chance that they're laughing at them at Netflix. It's like Dinner for Schmucks, but with Harry and Meghan.
take the real thing. Yeah, I don't know.
All right, well, that's my hot take. Julie, this was fun. Please come back.
I will whenever you need me back.
All right, everyone, thank you for watching the Hot List. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Oh, no, we don't do it like 30 on the dot.
Oh, okay.
Because it just goes online right now.